Hello there then. Aston Villa 3, Brentford 1. Villa have finally won a game of football after a very long drought and a very disappointing run of form. But it's finally over. Villa finally pick up 3 points and essentially we're back on track now. If we look at the table, we've now got those 3 points. Okay, admittedly that goal from Brentford doesn't help us in goal difference wise. However, we're now, 4 points off of 4th place. We would have been 6th if we just not conceded that last goal to Damsgaard. It's fine. We wanted 3 points. We wanted a win. We wanted something that was going to pick us back up on form. And ultimately, we've achieved that. And, performance-wise, it was all right. It was all right. And for me, what it showed tonight was there was a lot more desire, a lot more sense of freedom, controllability within the pitch. And overall, you could kind of argue that our work was done within the first half. Obviously, scoring 3 good goals there. Really showing a sense of domination over Brentford, who are a team that have been doing okay this season. Some teams that we do sometimes struggle against, we tend to end up getting draws against Brentford. So to see us get a win, especially at home, after such a poor run of form recently, it's a nice way to bounce back. And like I'm feeling now, hopefully this is now the opportunity we need to finally kick on this season, finally get some momentum and actually put forward some good performances this year. Obviously a great goal from Morgan Rogers to start us off with, and I think overall tonight, compared to a lot of the criticism that he's been having over the last few games for not contributing enough and not really feeling like he's having much of an input, he really did put it in tonight, and I think he was arguably one of our better players, if not man of the match. Better players that was on the pitch tonight. Obviously, Ola Watkins penalty, and then a really nice bit of play for the Matty Cash third goal. Just an overall high sense of octane pacing on Brentford's defensive line, an overall sense of urgency to win that ball, and we really put it to them in the first half. Yep, sure, there was a bit of sloppy moments, a bit of times where it didn't look like the cleanest of games. However, Villa showed a lot of continuity and a lot of desire to go through. Obviously, second half goes on, then Damsgaard gets a nice little goal from a bit of sloppy defence from Villa. You're in the first 10 minutes of the second half. That's where you need to stay resolute, because that's where you're obviously going to be a little bit fragile as you've only just come off your break. You're obviously going to be a little bit wary to the game, but that's where you need to stay switched on. And okay, after that first goal, it did make everything feel a little bit nervous. You're going to feel a little bit nervous, obviously, given the fact that, we're one of those teams that have not done so well recently. And, you can never write it off that Brentford are going to come back or even potentially win the game. However, I think for me, really, it was also a defensively controlled performance. And also just ultimately, we withstand that little bit of momentum shift from Brentford within that latter 20 minutes. And ultimately, we controlled the game. We had some good chances here or there. Watkins had a great chance. Duran had another good chance. There was a great chance for Morgan Rogers to get another goal. There were some good opportunities throughout the game. And overall, I think for me personally, it felt like we were just overall the better team. A lot more dominant, a lot more influential in the game. And a team that really stepped forward and went for it. And that's something that I've been wanting to see for a while. And that's something that we've obviously had there. And obviously, next game's coming up. Obviously, on the weekend, we have got Southampton at home. Now, given the run of form they're on, realistically, that should be 3 points. However, Southampton don't want to make it easy for us. Next week's RB Leipzig away in the Champions League. Again, not writing off RB Leipzig. However, of some of the colour that we have played, this is a team that if we really put it to them, we can go and get 3 points. Already in a good position in the Champions League anyway to go through to the next stages. But to get another win would be superb. And then after that, it's Nottingham Forest away. That's going to be a tough game, unfortunately, just because of the position that Forest are in this season. But also away from home as well. It's another difficult game. And then we've got a tough run of games coming up to that, but we're not going to focus on them yet. Let's focus on these 3 games and let's get through those points. Like I said, 2 games in the coming up, Southampton at home and RB Leipzig. So I would fancy us to take both of those points there. It's just that Nottingham Forest game. If we took a draw from it, I wouldn't be too upset with it. However, at least I'd like to see a bit of a dominating performance from there. Now, in terms of man of the match then, I'd have to say Morgan Rogers was superb tonight. I thought he really played well. I thought Liam Bain in the first half started well, but as the game wears on, you can see the quality was dropping. There's a bit where he tried to he just got fouled off the ball and complaining with the referee and walking back whilst Brentford going to attack. It's just like, you're already under enough stick as it is from fans. Why don't you put a bit more bollock in and actually go for it? Bit questionable there. Miguel and Tielemans controlling up the pitch, Kamara as well. It really shows how much when we miss a player like Kamara, how we are defensively. We're a little bit fragile and weak, but nice to see him. He helps control that level on the pitch there. And defensively as well, to see Tyrone Mings come back in, considering how Torres, hasn't had the best of run in form. But however, I thought Mings looked really composed, looked like a player that had been playing there for a while this season. And I thought defensively, yeah, it was actually quite solid as well. Digne as well, Matty Cash going down the wides, and obviously the nice comparing partnership of Konza and Mings. I thought that was something that was really nice to see. And overall, yeah, just really, it's 3 points, isn't it? It's 3 points. That's what we've been wanting. That's something that we've been needing, and that's something that we've ultimately managed to successfully achieve. So, for me, I'm not going to complain. It's not one of the performances you're going to remember, is it? However, it's still one of them games that you can sit back on it and say, yeah, at least we've got 3 points there. And hopefully, like I said, this will be the run of form that we're going to need. So that has been my instant match reaction. Hope you have enjoyed. Please leave in the comments down below what you thought of the game. Go see what we could think. Otherwise, it is Southampton at home on Saturday. We'll see you there, up the Villa, the Pride Villa. Get them next time, boys.